What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Marvel Snap video, and today we're taking a look at the newest season pass card, Ghost Spider. Ghost Spider is a 2/3 that reads on reveal. The last card you played moves here. So this is a very welcomed addition to movement decks. I'm a big fan of movement decks. I think they're a lot of fun. Definitely a little bit difficult to master. Movement has been in kind of a weird spot because movement has definitely been one of the weaker archetypes. It was definitely missing something, and I think Ghost Spider is going to boost this deck a ton, as well as we still have some of the other cards coming out this season. We got Silk, Spider-Man 2099, and then Spider-Ham coming out later this month. So movement is looking to be really good this month. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the deck that I've been playing recently with this card. And this is the deck list right here. So this is pretty similar to the deck I posted a few days ago, except this deck does not run the multiple man Hulkbuster combo, because I do believe that actually Ghost Spider works better with things like Dagger as well as Human Torch. And I know this is a pretty small sample size, but over 20 games so far, this has a 85% win rate with 17 wins and 3 losses with net 34 cubes. So I know it's a very small sample size, but so far it's looking very good. I would say I'm pretty experienced with the movement. I'm not going to call myself a movement expert or anything like that. I don't exclusively play movement decks. I pretty much like to play a variety of decks, but I do play movement a decent amount, and yeah, I think this deck is very, very good. So let's go ahead and break down the key cards real quick and then hop into some gameplay. One card I want to point out that I think is actually very important in this deck list, and one of the most important cards in this deck that a lot of people aren't playing, and you probably should be, and that's going to be Wave. So Wave's on reveal ability is going to set all cards cost to 4 next turn, and this is just really good within movement decks, because movement decks usually want to play one card on the last turn of the game anyways, usually going to be Heimdall. But we also have Aero in here. If we play Wave on turn 5, Aero on turn 6, we're pretty much guaranteed to just lock up a location with Aero. Maybe unless your opponent is playing like a Captain Marvel or like a Doctor Doom on the final turn of the game. But Wave and Aero, a very underrated duo in the current meta. Wave in particular can just absolutely kill bounce decks with like Kitty Pryde. It can kill Sarah decks. It can kill negative decks. It's just a very good card in the current meta. And then Aero was kind of forgotten when it got nerfed, but I think the Wave Aero duo is very strong. And also, this is one of the best counters against Galactus. So for all of those people who are saying, they're tired of playing against Galactus, I hear you. Try out this deck, try it out with Aero, because most of the times you're going to have priority against Galactus decks, and Aero is just an easy counter against Galactus. So yeah, these two cards are very good in this deck list. Now let's kind of talk about the other cards real quick. We have Human Torch, a card that you don't really see very often. It's a 1/2 when this moves, double its power. So this is very good with Ghost Spider, actually, because it goes nicely with your curve, right? You play Human Torch on turn 1, then you play Ghost Spider to move it on turn 2, immediately turning your Human Torch into a 1/4, and sometimes he can be a 1/8, even 1/16, so he can get to some pretty crazy numbers. But even if you just move him once, a 1/4 is very good value. So even if you move him once, he basically did his job, right? And, well, you might be saying, well, what about Killmonger? So for me personally, I haven't been seeing a lot of Killmongers in the meta. Maybe it's different for you. If you are seeing a lot of Killmongers, maybe just swap him out, or maybe you can tech in an armor. But point 2 is that this deck has so many win conditions that you shouldn't necessarily be relying on Human Torch anyways. So even if your Human Torch dies, you still have other big bodies on the board with Dagger, Kraven, and Vulture. So even if Human Torch dies, you should be okay. Then we have Iron Fist, which is the cheapest movement enabler. Going to move the next card you play one location to the left. You don't always want to play him on turn 1. Maybe you do if you have Dagger in your hand to follow up on turn 2, but most of the time you're not going to play him on turn 1. It's probably going to be like turn 2 to combo into Vulture on turn 3, or you could do Iron Fist plus Vulture on turn 4, which is a pretty nice combo. Then we have Dagger here. Dagger's a 2/2 when this moves to a location, plus 2 power for each card your opponent has there. So Dagger can get to some pretty big numbers here. Usually can be like a 2/6 or a 2/8. And what I like about Dagger is notice that she's 2 power. And Human Torch is also 2 power. So a nice little combo you can do is you play Human Torch on turn 1, Dagger on turn 2, and then Doctor Strange on turn 3, which is going to move your highest power cards to this location. So, for example, if you have 2 cards that are tied for the highest power, so for example, Human Torch and Dagger, if they're both 2 power, Doctor Strange is going to move both of them. So Doctor Strange can combo very nicely with Dagger and Human Torch, so a really, really nice combo. Then we have Kraven. When a card moves here, gets plus 2 power, so this is really good in the current meta because not only does this deck have a lot of movement enablers, but a lot of other people are going to be playing movement cards because of Ghost Spider, so it doesn't matter if your card moves to Kraven or an opponent card moves to Kraven, he is going to get that plus 2 power, so Kraven usually can get pretty big in this deck list. And then we have Ghost Spider. Talked about her a little bit already, but just a really good movement enabler because, you know, a lot of other cards before this were just mainly moving cards to the left, like Iron Fist and Heimdall, which moves cards to the left. But Ghost Spider can move cards in any direction, which is really, really flexible. So you just want to make sure that you are playing the cards in the correct order because it's going to move the card that you last played. So you're going to want to target cards like Human Torch, Dagger, and Vulture with your Ghost Spider. And then we have Jeff. Now, I know I put this card in a lot of my decks, and it's just because I absolutely love this card. It's just, in my opinion, the best 2-cost card in the game. Just a very flexible card, can literally fit into any deck, but I think he's actually really good with movement in particular because he's basically just a free move. So you can use his ability to move to buff your Kraven. You can use him to move to buff or to activate your Miles Morales rather, or you can use him to move to maybe get out of a tricky location or get into a tricky location. Now, what if you don't have Jeff? Well, I'll go ahead and talk about card replacements in a little bit, so just hang tight. And then we have Doctor Strange, just another movement enabler. Kind of already talked about how he targets the highest power cards to his location. So he can target multiple cards if they are equal power. Then we have Vulture. Vulture is probably one of the best movement cards. He's a 3/3. When this card moves, get plus 5 power. Simple enough. Even if you move him once, he's a 3/8. So if you move him once, pretty much like Human Torch, he did his job. Like, if it gets any bigger than 8 power, that's just icing on the cake. But it is a little bit of a double-edged sword because you have to be wary of Shang-Chi. But to be fair, I have not seen a lot of Shang-Chi in this current meta. Then we have Wave. Went into great detail how Wave is valuable. But yeah, most of the time you're going to be playing Wave on turn 5 along with another 2-cost card. And then we have Miles Morales, which is just good value. A lot of the times, you know, you're going to be activating his ability very, very easily. So he just becomes a 1/5. So just good value on the board. And we have Aero, again, to combo with that Wave to force your opponent's card to wherever you want on the last turn of the game. And then we have Heimdall, which is going to be our big finisher, going to move all our cards to the left, so it's going to buff our Human Torch, Dagger, Kraven, and Vulture. Now let's go ahead and talk about replacement cards. Honestly, this is a very, very solid deck list. Like, there isn't too much I would change here. Maybe you can kind of experiment a little bit and see if some other cards may work better for you. The one card I think, a lot of people are going to be asking about is Jeff, because he is a Series 5 card, so not a lot of people are going to have Jeff. Well, there are a couple substitutions you can make. One very obvious one is Cloak. Cloak is a 2/4 that reads on reveal. Next turn, both players can move cards to this location. I do like Cloak, but the reason I'm a bit iffy on Cloak right now is because it says both players can move cards to his location. So basically, a lot of people are playing movement decks right now because of Ghost Spider, and Cloak is usually going to also benefit your opponent, so I don't know if Cloak is worth it. Like 2/4 is still very good stats, don't get me wrong, and also another movement enabler. But to me personally, I prefer Jeff just for the flexibility that he provides. But if you don't have Jeff, I think Cloak is a fine replacement for him. You could also do America Chavez, I think, which is good for just adding more consistency to the deck. You could also do Magneto, which is just another alternate finisher. As well, I think he goes well with Wave, and then he can move opposing 3 and 4 cost cards, which can also buff your Kraven. There's also a couple other cards you can play in here, such as like Juggernaut, which is moving your opponent's cards, or as well as Polaris, which is just a 3/5, which moves an enemy card. Just good stats for a 3-cost card, as well as activating your Miles Morales and could buff up your Kraven. So if you don't have Jeff, don't freak out. There's a ton of other cards you can play in this deck list. Me personally, I just like Jeff for the flexibility that he provides. And another thing I want to mention real quick is I did talk about some other cards that are coming up later in the season. A card that may fit in the Jeff slot is Silk. Silk is going to be a 2/5 that reads, after any card is played here, this moves to another location. So Silk may even fit into this Jeff slot. We'll just have to wait and see. I can't say for sure because the card is not out yet, but I will definitely be experimenting with all the other cards this season. And that's going to be it for the explanation. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the gameplay here. All right, so here we have Vibranium Mines, and you know what? I'm fine with playing Human Torch on turn 1. We can play Ghost Spider if we top deck the Ghost Spider, or we can play Dagger on 2, Doctor Strange on 3. And our opponent hit us with a Korg. And okay, Daily Bugle gives us a Shang-Chi, so that's good information to have. So let's do Dagger in the middle, and then we'll probably Doctor Strange onto the right location. And I think that's my Jeff. Yeah, it's my Jeff from Daily Bugle. So it's Hala. I think we can... I'm pretty sure we can win Hala here. Maybe unless he throws like a Darkhawk in this location. But yeah, we'll go ahead and play Doctor Strange on the right. And it is going to move both of our cards over here. And that's going to be a lot of points on the right location. So yeah, we got 11 points on the right. Honestly, I don't see how he can beat that. So I think we're good there. I'm just going to go ahead and play Jeff into the middle location. And then we're probably going to play Wave next turn. I think I'm going to snap here. I'm going to snap because we're in a very good position right now. It's looking really good for us. And yeah, he's not contesting Hala. He does play Darkhawk in the middle. Actually, if he played Darkhawk onto Hala, he actually would have killed us. Now, we don't want to play into Vibranium Mines because that will buff up his Darkhawk. However, we do have Shang-Chi. This is interesting. Okay, what if we do this? We play Kraven. We play Kraven on the left. And then we play Wave in the middle. And we let him think his Darkhawk is safe. But little does he know, we got the Shang-Chi from Daily Bugle. So I think that's what we're going to do here. So there's the Kraven. It's going to buff up his Darkhawk. Oh, he plays Wave also. Okay, so he's playing Wave and Zabu. So probably Doctor Doom coming if I had to guess. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Shang-Chi in the middle. And I am also going to move my Jeff over here to Kraven. That way Kraven gets the +2. And I think we can win this. Especially since we have priority as well. We're revealing first. Here comes the Shang-Chi. And let's see if it's Dr. Doom. And it is Leader actually copying the Shang-Chi. Wow, I haven't seen a Leader in a while. But we go ahead and take the dub there. Was it better to play Heimdall? Maybe. Maybe I was just trying to get a little bit fancy with that Shang-Chi play. But you know, a win's a win. All right, now here, I'm okay with playing Iron Fist on turn 1 because we have Human Torch to follow up with in our hand. If I didn't have anything to follow up with on the next turn, I would not play Human Torch. Or, I mean, I would not play Iron Fist turn 1. And we don't like Murder World, so what we're going to do is we're going to play Human Torch in the middle, and he will get pushed to the left. And our opponent is playing nothing these first 2 turns. Maybe could be a Lockjaw Evo deck. I have been seeing a lot of high evolutionary Lockjaw decks, which usually do not play anything on the first 2 turns. They usually just play Lockjaw and Wasp on turn 3. We drew Ghost Spider, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and do Ghost Spider onto Camertage. Pull that Human Torch back to the right for a nice 8 power. And Lady Sif discarding Death, so probably a Hela deck. So now we got Vulture as well as Kraven. We do have Heimdall in our hand, so we're probably going to end up playing Heimdall. So let's do Vulture in the middle. Vulture in the middle to kind of spread out our cards a bit here. And Invisible Woman. So it does look like it is a Hela deck after all. So what we're going to do is we're going to snap. Do I want to snap? It's a little bit risky if I'm being honest. So I think what we're going to do, I don't know if I want to do it in the middle or the right. I think I'm going to go middle here. We'll do Aero onto Murder World. And let's see what he played behind the Invisible Woman. It's a Swordmaster, and it discards the Hela. Wow, actually, Hela was a 7 cost from the Icebox. That actually sucks really bad for him. So now all we got to do is play Heimdall. I don't think I'm going to play him on Camertage because I don't want to move everything to the left because it's going to activate his on reveal twice. So I think what we're going to do is we are just going to play Heimdall onto the left location. I think that might be overkill. I think that's probably too many points there. So let's play Heimdall in the middle. And our opponent stays with it, actually. Oh, he could have Ghost Rider. Maybe that's why he's sticking in it. Oh, it's Giganto. Okay, so he just plays Giganto in the left straight up, and we win the tiebreaker, and that is a 16-point Human Torch. All right, so next game here, our opponent played a Kitty Pryde on turn 1. We got Kraven and Ghost Spider. Ghost Spider has nothing to move right now, so we'll just go ahead and play Kraven onto the Kiln and Collectors. So this looks like a bounce deck. So basically what we need to do is we draw Wave. We draw Wave, and we win the game. That's basically all we got to do. And we're getting a Tillin, which usually I hate, but if it gives us Wave, we basically just snap and win. So I have the Human Torch and Ghost Spider combo. Do I want to move it to buff the Kraven? You know, I think I do, actually. I think I do. And then if we draw a Doctor Strange, we can move Human Torch back out of there. And we got Korg, Bast, and Kitty Pryde. Yeah, Ghost Spider's going to move Human Torch, buff Torch, and buff Kraven. And we get the Wave. Oh, that is an easy snap. Oh, and we got the Doctor Strange. Oh my goodness. It's perfect. It's perfect. This is just absolutely perfect. So we're going to play Doctor Strange. Honestly, I could play Doctor Strange in the middle to kind of get a little cheeky destroy here. So I think I'm going to do that. Doctor Strange in the middle, and then we'll do Miles Morales on the left here. Oh, he's going all in on the middle. Dude, if I destroy all these cards, this is going to be hilarious. Oh yeah, we have more than enough power. Oh my god, this guy. No, what are you doing? No, you shouldn't have done that. You should not have done that. Oh, there goes the kitty. There goes the Angela. Oh, that is just... Oh, man. Oh, and we top deck the Jeff. This match cannot get any better for me. This cannot be any better for me. And he retreated. Yeah. There's just no way. There is just no coming back from that. And I had the Jeff in the wave. Oh my god, that was just perfect. We could play Human Torch or Kraven. I guess we'll do Kraven for now. Just take advantage of that one extra energy. Get Kraven out a turn earlier. And ooh, Jotunheim. Okay, we don't like that. Okay, Ghost Spider. Okay, so we're actually, yeah, you know what? We're gonna do that. We're gonna do Ghost Spider to pull Kraven out of there because, yeah, I don't think we like that. I could also put Human Torch in there and play Doctor Strange next turn, but let's just do Ghost Spider to pull Kraven out of there. Oh, Muir Island. Oh yeah, this is way better. Now this is looking way better. So I could do Doctor Strange. That'll move Ghost Spider. Let's just go ahead and put Human Torch in there for now. And our opponent drops an Electro. So this could be Galactus. This very well could be Galactus. And if it is, we got Doctor Strange to follow up. I mean, not Doctor Strange. God, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? We got Aero. We got Aero to counter Galactus, not Doctor Strange. Although I might want to play Doctor Strange this turn. Maybe. I mean, it's going to move the Ghost Spider, though. I want it to keep getting the buffs over here. So, no, let's wait. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play Iron Fist on the left. We'll play Iron Fist on the left here. And it is Shuri. You know, that is interesting. If I play Aero into Jotunheim, that's actually like a 5-head move. Because it's going to pull whatever card he plays into here. And Aero's going to get knocked to the left because of the Iron Fist. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I'm not going to snap because I don't want to scare him away and actually want to see like how this plays out. So let's see what he has here. Yeah, Aero gets pushed to the left and it's a Nimrod. Ooh, so this actually does look like Galactus. He was probably going to Galactus in the middle if it's Electro Nimrod. Oh man, yeah, he's screwed. he's basically screwed here. So I think we don't play Heimdall. I mean, I guess we could play Heimdall. You know what? Fuck it. We'll play Heimdall. He's probably going to retreat anyways. He's probably just going to retreat. Oh, he's going to stay in. He's going to stay in. I mean, what else do I do? I guess I could just do like Strange and Dagger or Wave and Dagger. But even with Jotunheim, I think, you know, it's still, Kraven's going to get buffed twice and Human Torch is going to get doubled. So I think we still win. And, okay, Destroyer. So I guess this was a little bit of a backup plan here. Oh, he beat me. Oh, no way. By 1 point. By 1 point. Okay, I got too cocky. Okay, that's, yeah, that was just me and, we're going to pretend that didn't happen. Okay, new game here. Got Jeff. Go ahead and put our boy Jeff onto Asgard. We want to get those extra card draws. Want to avoid the Oscorp Tower. And we got New York. New York is very good for movement decks. So I'm going to snap on that because we love seeing New York as a movement deck. Let's go ahead and play Vulture into Asgard here. And I like that New York is on the right location as well. Ooh, Lady Sif discarding an Infinite. So this could be probably Hela. Kraven on New York is really, really nice as well. So let's do Kraven and let's do Dagger here. I think I want to move Jeff. Like I don't want to give him the card draw, but moving Jeff will buff up Kraven as well as activate Miles. Yeah, let's move Jeff. Let's move Jeff because I want to activate Miles. It buffs Kraven also. Okay, so I was losing Asgard either way. Ghost Rider is going to pull Infinite. Well, he won that location. There's basically no contesting that location. So we can do Aero, but I think what I'm gonna do is Miles Wave here, and then yeah, we can do Aero to pull something into the left location. Now, New York does get a little bit wild because you don't know what cards your opponent's going to move and where they're going to move them. Okay, so they just dump all their cards in the left location. This is kind of a weird deck. Biff, Ghost Rider, Infinite, Daredevil, Thor. Is this like a bot, maybe? Like, I thought we stopped getting bots this season, but this looks like a bot deck to me. I don't know. This looks very weird. So, yeah, we're going to move Dagger and Vulture because it's just too good value not to. We could Aero, but I feel like that's kind of risky. I feel like the safer play is probably just to Heimdall. It's probably better if we just Heimdall. Or do we Aero? Okay, I think we're going to do Heimdall on the left. This is where things get a little bit tricky. I feel like this is kind of a toss-up if Heimdall wins it or Aero wins it. Okay, so this actually looks good for us if he played, or if he moved the Infinite to New York. So we're just going to move all our cards out of the left location. And unless maybe he plays like Shang-Chi here, we definitely should be winning this location. It's a Jubilee. Okay, don't pull Shang-Chi. Actually, we still win. We still win if it's Shang-Chi. It pulls Mjolnir, which is actually really, really close. We won the left by 1 point. So this was actually a really tough game, a really close game. New York is pretty good for move decks, but again, it's kind of a toss-up on like which cards to play and where to play them. So it does look like Heimdall did win us the game here. Although if I did play Aero on the left, it would have just been a 1 point Jubilee that spawns nothing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. I am loving Ghost Spiders so far. Although, you know, just a quick mini rant. It was pretty, you know, I feel kind of deceptive what Second Dinner did recently about like some of the series drops and whatnot. And there's a Darkhawk bundle, but that's a whole nother video topic I kind of don't really want to get into right now. I kind of just don't feel like talking about it. But anyways, Ghost Spider is a ton of fun, so let me know what you think about this deck in the comments down below. As always, I'll have a deck code in the description of this video, as well as a link for the deck on SnapFan and on Marvel Snap Zone. You can check it out there. And make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, because I'm putting out Marvel Snap content as well as DC Dual Force content. And again, I'm going to be streaming the DC Dual Force beta this weekend, Friday and Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to follow me on Twitch. The link for that will be in the description as well, because I'll be giving out 100 beta keys for the DC Dual Force beta for the following weekend. And that is going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.